Hey guys, this is your host Nitin Binhani, and a very warm welcome to my startup podcast channel Jazair Audio, where we share real stories with real learnings.
Today, we will unravel the fall of Greenikk, a startup that aimed to revolutionize the banana supply chain in India but ultimately shut down. So, what went wrong? Let's break it down into two parts, followed by the lessons for entrepreneurs. Part 1. The Rise. Greenikk was launched in 2020 by Farik Naushad and Previn Jacob Varghese with a bold mission of creating a full-stack banana supply chain platform and providing end-to-end agricultural services. India is one of the largest producers of bananas globally, but the supply chain has long been plagued by price fluctuations, middlemen exploitation, and post-harvest losses. The problem was very real. Greenikk wanted to eliminate inefficiencies, reduce wastage, and ensure that farmers got a fair deal. The Agri-Tech startup began to digitize and streamline the industry by providing a direct-to-market approach, using a tech-enabled network that connected farmers, traders, and logistics providers. The startup quickly gained traction, generating sales of rupees 1.58 crore or $200,000 in 2022. Founders had set an ambitious plan to partner with 50,000 farmers within 15 months and projected the revenue of rupees 6 crore or $800,000 in 2023, 4 times than last year. Greenikk also secured funding of a total $735,000 across 3 rounds. By mid-2023, they had built enablement centers across major banana-producing states, offering farmers financial support, logistical help, and market linkage. On the ground, things were looking good, but cracks had begun to appear. Part 2. The Downfall. Despite the promising start, Greenikk ran into key challenges that spiraled out of control. The 4 key reasons behind the downfall were: A. Working capital woes. Greenikk's business model was highly dependent on maintaining a steady flow of working capital. Managing perishable goods like bananas meant that cash flow had to be constant. However, they struggled with delayed payments, loan defaults, and tight margins, thereby creating financial strain. B. Operational complexity. Building a nationwide full-stack supply chain is no small feat. While Greenikk's vision was grand, the execution proved to be a nightmare. They faced logistical hurdles, fluctuating demand, and quality control issues that made scaling up difficult. C. The lack of product-market fit. Like many startups, Greenikk focused on growth, but their burn rate was unsustainable. While they were onboarding farmers, supporting them with loans, and expanding infrastructure, the revenue wasn't keeping pace with expenses. The shutdown was attributed to the lack of product-market fit, mounting losses, and loan defaults. D. Lack of funding. In late 2023, the funding environment for startups became tougher. Investors were prioritizing profitability over aggressive expansion. Greenikk, still in a high burn phase, struggled to raise the necessary funds to keep operations going. By early 2024, Greenikk announced its shutdown, citing financial constraints and operational challenges. Despite having a strong founding team and a clear problem to solve, they simply couldn't sustain the business model. Greenikk has returned 50% capital to its investors while offering 2-month severance packages to all early employees. Finally, key lessons for entrepreneurs. Here are the 5 takeaways. A. Unit economics matter more than growth. Rapid expansion without sustainable revenue is a recipe for disaster. Greenikk's high burn rate and cash flow struggles were clear indicators that growth wasn't translating into profitability. 2. Operational execution is just as important as the vision. A brilliant idea isn't enough. Greenikk underestimated the complexity of supply chain execution. For any startup in a traditional industry, seamless operations are key. 3. Understand the market and consumer behavior. Tech solutions can't force change overnight. Farmers needed time and trust to adopt a new system. Greenikk's failure to fully grasp this slowed adoption and hindered its success. 4th, investor sentiment can change fast. In a bullish funding market, investors bet on potential. But when conditions tighten, only startups with strong fundamentals survive. Greenikk found itself on the wrong side of this shift. 5. Cash is king. Especially in businesses dealing with perishables, managing cash flow efficiently is non-negotiable. Delayed payments and tight margins can cripple operations, as seen in Greenikk's case. So, although Greenikk had an ambitious mission and a real problem to solve, execution challenges, cash flow struggles, and lack of funding ultimately led to its downfall. Thus, solving a big problem isn't enough. You also need a sustainable, financially viable revenue model to succeed. Let me know what startup failure story you'd like us to cover next in the comments. Folks, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Join us next time as we continue exploring the dynamic world of startups and the valuable lessons from their journeys.